Hi, Raj.
Hi, Raj. Hi, Betska.
Hi.
You know, I'm really interesting. I'm taking very interesting question today. Like when you are super busy, like you are a CEO of one company, or you're a celebrity, you're a singer, you're a rapper, you're president, you're prime minister, whatever. So it's our own responsibility. We cannot forget our insight. For example, I'm asking you, both of you, like when we are famous, so many people around with us, so many. But when we are facing tough time, very hard time, like health related, like financial, like success, then we realize, oh my gosh, where these all my friends? Then we realize, oh, I lost my insight. Then sometime we love to then we realize we lost our charm for this beautiful life because we are always surrounded through artificial people.
Mm.
Then
Mm.
it's very tough how to motivate, how to look forward, how to cope up our current situation. So I want both of you on this topic. That's come.
Yeah. Oh, Raj, it's a great topic. I guess, I would really sum it up in the following way, that don't forget yourself and move back into your own center. Because when we are surrounded by people, we get sucked into that energy, right? We lose ourselves. So I'm suggesting here that we not forget ourselves, to keep checking in inside. What's really going on for me? Marion?
What comes to my mind is identities that we are creating. Like we have these roles, we have these realities that we're living, whether we're busy with our jobs or we are, like you mentioned, we are in the public eye, or we are just somebody like everyone else, right? Living a life, going for a job, or having a family, or raising children. And I think we are all building up our identities. And sometimes when there is a shock with that, or something happens, then these identities crumble. And that's when we have the only thing really that we do have is ourselves and the inside. And so I guess in summary, what I would say, focus more on the inside than on the external factors, because they can change any minute.
Wow, that is really profound. And, I think it's appropriate that Raj is wearing his New York City shirt today, right? Because when you think about New York City, what do you think about? Boom, 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 rush, rush,
Yeah.
rush, go, 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 right?
Busyness.
Busy, busy, busy.
Busy, busy,
I mean,
busy.
I
Run,
love
run,
New
run,
York.
run, run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love New York. I think it's a great city.
Yeah,
However,
I
you get
also
the
love.
impression that everybody is rushing, rushing, rushing. And so it's very easy to lose ourselves, right? In that rush, and even forget who we are. Who is that real Betska, or real Marion, or real Raj, And, I've had many of my clients who now live in California, who used to live in New York City, say that same thing, that they lose themselves in that rush and in that desire for money and personal brand, like making a name for themselves and so on. I mean, that's all fine. But as long as we stay connected to who we really are on the inside, who are we? So that we are speaking our truth, we are sharing our truth, we are living our truth, and then we will always stand up for who we are.
Mhm. It's the part of life and going through life, and some of these learnings that we have. What I realized is that these identities, or these brands that we're building up, are really seem really important to a lot of people, and perhaps even more important as we are younger, until we realize that when we let go of some of that, what remains is really the core of who we are. And that also allows the moments of joy and the moments of happiness, because then you're not tying something to a specific outcome or to a specific condition. So I feel like when you're talking about this self-love, Betska, or really taking care of yourself, I think that is something that at a very early age, oftentimes people feel like it's selfish if I take care of myself. It's it's I have to be taking care of other people, or of course, there's a certain component to that, and some truth to that. If you have children, of course you are taking care of them. But the piece that I find really, really important in that is that you cannot help anybody if you don't take care of yourself, of your own well-being, of your own health, of your own body, of your own mind, of your own spirit, because you are really the piece that is most important, and that's going to be the go or not go in anything that is coming. And just this morning, I was talking to a friend of mine about that very exact topic, because the more work you do in that personal development, the more you realize that everything that you can give has to come from somewhere. You have to keep working on that. You have to keep nourishing that. And I think that is a piece in our busy society that is not getting enough importance.
I think you're calling it, I'm calling it fuel. We
Yeah.
need some fuel, right? So where are we going to get our fuel? Let's take a look at a typical person's life. Okay, so they get up maybe at 6 o'clock. They leave for work at 7. They get to work at 8. They might work till 6, or if you're in India, you're working till 8 to 8, long hours. And then you come home and you have some dinner, and you rarely have time for your kids and or your partner. And then how about the time that's left for you, right? And to me, I think it's vitally important to get refreshed, to get re-nourished, to get the fuel from nature, for example. Make sure you go for your walks, even if it's 10 o'clock at night and it's pouring with rain. Put a raincoat on and go out. Connect with that rain, connect with the trees that smell so great after a rain, or during your lunch break, go and sit outside if it's not too hot or too cold, right? Just go and sit and have your lunch outside. Do something outside. Walk in the forest. They call it forest bathing. I don't know if you're aware of forest bathing, but it's quite well researched that when you go into a forest and you allow the trees to bathe you, it really energizes you. It gives you that fuel back. So
it's that connection with nature that does make a big difference. And one thing that came out of COVID times was that, for me, that connection with nature, because suddenly I had much more time to go out, to go for walks, to be with nature, to enjoy nature. And I think that is something that, if nothing else, was really something positive.
Yes, absolutely. And then, of course, we've got meditation is a great way to refuel, right? Prayer is anything in that spiritual realm. Because I'll tell you what happens with my clients. I notice that when they're senior executives and they're super busy, or they're very famous people, something happens to their heart. They forget what's in their own hearts. So it's important for us. I always say to my clients, do this exercise. Close your eyes and go into your physical heart and see what's there. What do you see in there? Do you see darkness? Do you see joy? Do you see happiness? Do you see commitment? What do you see there? And when we're so busy, that's when the darkness will often get into our hearts. And that's when we start making wrong decisions or poor decisions. So it's how many people do you know of have done that exercise where they actually physically close their eyes and take a look in their heart, the physical heart, to see what's there? It's a courageous thing we must do. And if there's negative in there, kick it out. If there's joy there, make it stronger. If there's love there, make it stronger. Do things that the good things that are in your heart, make them stronger. We call it amplifying.
Yeah, and I I just want to say, in addition to like making the time to go outside or doing certain things, because sometimes, and I do believe that is a limiting belief when we feel like, oh, we have no time,
Yeah.
right? It's all about priorities. It's about focus. It's about what we make important is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I do want to say with that, that even being in the moment and really stopping for a moment and maybe taking a couple deep breaths, or just realizing what is happening right that moment and enjoying it and being grateful for it, or being aware of it, can make a big difference. It doesn't have to be this all or nothing. Like,
Yeah.
if I don't get outside, if I don't do this, if I don't have time to work out, make it small pieces and really stop in
Good.
that moment. And that makes a big difference if you do that a couple times throughout the day, versus like waiting for that moment that you have an hour block of time, which then suddenly never happens. So I think that's a pitfall that we oftentimes fall into, thinking we need so much more time than what we have available.
Right.
And
Thank you, Raj. Great discussion.
one more point I'm adding you, Betska. Like from my experience, I have learned we need to at least we spend some time in our home also, because I have learned from my experience when I was so much busy in corporate world and my artificial friends and artificial parties. So I never stay my home. Only just I came late night and early morning I run away. So then actual happiness come from our inside home, not for
Right.
artificial outside world. So
Yes, yes.
that
Yeah.
thing I have done mistake in my past also.
Great. Making
Thank
your
you.
home your sanctuary, right? Make your home
Yes,
your sanctuary. Yeah.
we are looking happiness outside, but when we came our home, so our home, our beautiful home, our garden, we didn't realize, oh my God, this is the most beautiful, and we are looking happiness in outside world.
It's true. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Thanks, Raj.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybach music. Can anybody out